Hey everyone, I'm Angel and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be giving you some middle school advice that not only do I wish I knew when I started middle school, but I will also be taking with me to high school this year. Also, these tips should work for you regardless of what grade in middle school you're in. A little background information about me before I start giving you some advice. I am starting my freshman year of high school this year. I know, I'm so excited, but that means that I do have some experience with middle school. I also went to a private middle school for all 3 years, so if you go to a public middle school, your school might do things a little bit more differently than how our school did. That's all the background I had for you, so go get some snacks, some water, and maybe even a pencil and pen to write down all these tips, and let's get right into the video. To make it easier, I divided these tips into 4 categories: miscellaneous, teachers, classes and grades, friends, and then boys and drama. I will link the timestamps for each of these categories down below, so if any of these categories interest you more than the other, you can go down to the description box and click on the timestamp that you want to learn about. Oh, also, I wrote the tips on here, so if you see me looking down a lot, that's because I'm reading off what I wrote so I don't forget what to say. Hey y'all, it's Editing Angel. I just wanted to pop up here and say real quick that for some reason, during the whole entire video, I kept on looking up at the ceiling. Really sorry if that bothers you. It really bothered me. I have no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to pop in here and say that real fast, but yeah. Enjoy the video. Okay, let's start this. The first category that I'm going to talk about is miscellaneous. Memorize your locker combination. If you are lucky enough, your school will give you a lock or let you get a lock before the school year starts. That way you can memorize your combination over summer break. If they do this, please take advantage of it and memorize your locker combination. At my school, I actually got my first decent sized locker in 5th grade. Wait, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, memorizing your locker combination. Oh, and also I know in some schools you have to buy your locks by yourself, but if you do have to buy locks for yourself, make sure you buy the standard black and silver circle twistable locks, like the ones with numbers. Don't get the ones with letters. I heard those ones are really bad and they're so messed up and jammed, so I definitely recommend a standard lock like this. Don't overbuy on school supplies. I know, I'm guilty too. When I just started middle school, I was super excited for school supplies because I had a theme planned out. I was gonna do light pink pencils and teal notebooks or whatever. Although this can be nice and cute, and don't get me wrong, totally go all out for school supplies, you also want to be really smart when it comes to school supply shopping. If you are willing to put in the extra amount of money to make your school supplies cute, make sure you spend the extra amount of money on the supplies that will actually last. If you see a box of pencils for $1, don't get the $3 pencils just because they're pastel pink, because we all know that pencils are something that we're gonna lose within the first few weeks of school anyway. So instead, get the standard pencils and then spend the extra money on a cute stapler or a cute notebook that you'll use longer. Also, get the amount of school supplies that your teacher says you need. So if your teacher says you need 4 notebooks, don't get 5 or 6 notebooks, because at least for me, sometimes I didn't even end up using the 4 notebooks. And in that case, I would be wasting money, which is obviously not good. So I would recommend getting the 4 notebooks, and then if it turns out that you need more, you can go back to Target or Home Depot or wherever you shop for school supplies and get more notebooks. Keep your schedule somewhere that is easy to identify. Your schedule is very crucial, especially during the first few weeks of school. Your schedule has all your classes, what time you're heading to all those classes, and what period each of those classes are. So they're very important so that you know where to go. I put my schedule in the front pocket of my binder. That way I didn't even have to open my binder and it would just be right there. And I know in some schools they allow phones. Ours didn't, but if yours does, putting it into the lock screen can help too. The next tip is to keep these 3 essentials with you at all times. The first thing is cash. Now, you might be thinking that this isn't necessary, either because you don't have anything you would buy at school, if your school doesn't have vending machines or anything like that. Even if your school doesn't carry vending machines or something you would buy with the cash, having cash is very important for emergency purposes, but there are so many emergency situations that involve cash, so definitely make sure you have a few dollars with you. A sweater or sweatshirt. Now at our school we used fleeces because we had to go go by uniform, and that's what our school provided, fleeces. Even if your classroom is very warm, you definitely want to make sure you bring a sweatshirt or something like that to put in your locker or book bag. The last thing that you should carry with you at all times, sorry if you're a male watching this, but that is girl stuff. Even if you haven't started your period, you never know when it will occur. It could occur while you're at school, so you should always be prepared for situations like this. Or maybe a friend or a classmate or just someone else might need it, and you might just be the person to save them. I recommend packing a small emergency pouch before the school year starts. It doesn't have to be fancy or huge, just a small little pouch works. In there, I recommend just putting a few girl stuff, like maybe some pads if you use tampons. You can also throw in some hair ties, some hand sanitizer, not only because of COVID, but because, you know, germs. Or if you wear makeup to school, you can throw in a little mascara or some lip gloss, maybe a little deodorant bottle for after gym, like this. If you don't know how to pack one, there are so many tutorials on YouTube, but if you want to see a tutorial from me, definitely let me know and I can make one of them. The final tip is to get a planner. This is important for writing down your homework assignments. Your planner doesn't have to be one of those like $20 really fancy planners. It could just be one of those mini like dollar planners, or a bullet journal, or a notebook, or even a piece of paper. Just have something that you can write your assignments down on. Because boy oh boy, if I did this in 6th grade, I definitely would have saved myself a lot. The next category is teachers, classes, and grades. Have a good relationship with your teachers. I cannot stress this enough. You should have a good relationship with anyone, but your teachers is especially someone who you should have a good relationship with. Besides, you will be seeing them all year, so might as well get comfortable with them. There are so many benefits to having a good relationship with your teacher. One of them is you'll feel more comfortable asking them questions, and if you have a question on something, you definitely want to ask the teachers so you're not stuck on it. If your report cards have behavior reports on them, having and maintaining a good relationship with your teachers can put you at a higher chance of receiving a good behavior report on your report card. Another thing, this is more towards 8th grade, but a lot of high schools look for recommendation letters from your teachers. So having a good relationship with your teachers can lead you to having a higher chance of having a good recommendation letter. The last thing on this category is to make sure you try your best on all your homework and tests. If college is something that you're looking forward to going into after high school, although your middle school grades don't affect where you go into college, they can determine where you go. Depending on what high school you're going to, they can determine where you can go to high school, which your high school grades can determine where you can go to college. The next category that I want to talk about is friends. Even if you're not an outgoing person, it is very, very crucial for you to go out of your comfort zone and make new friends during your middle school years. Because who knows, maybe you'll end up meeting a new friend that you never knew had the same interests as you. The last category for today's video is boys and drama. As you may have guessed, I put these two things together because they're often very similar to each other. I remember before I went to 5th grade, like a bunch of girls thought like, oh, we're in middle school now, so now we can go start dating and all these kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you to not date someone because obviously that's the choice of you, but most likely you're not going to find your future husband in middle school, and I would recommend waiting until you're at least in high school to date. But again, that's all based on your opinions. Another thing you should know about boys or even girls is that they may tend to pick on you a lot, and this may be to impress their friends or even just for the fun of it. And I know some people who can get super offended by this, so if this is something that does offend you, do make sure you stand up for it and tell them to stop. I personally don't really get offended because I find it more of teasing and playing around more than bullying, almost like what I do with like my best friends. Again, some people are very offended or they're not comfortable with it, so definitely stand up for yourself. Drama. As for drama, the best advice I can give you is to stay away from it. Like, if this is drama, this should be you. even if it's good drama, make sure you stay out of it because words can be changed as fast as it can be spread. Simple sentence like Ella went to the store can be changed into Ella went to Dollar Tree and stole a pencil within 2 seconds. Like, you'd be surprised. So just try your best not to be involved in a drama. That is all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, definitely give this video a like down below. Not only does it tell me that you liked this video, but it also tells YouTube that you like this video and it boosts it for other people to watch. Also subscribe because it really helps my channel out, and comment down below what you learned the most from this video or any other advice that you would give someone else going into middle school. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!